Welcome back to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Great to be here today. Great to see you today. Make sure to leave a comment. Your comments are my fuel. I do read them, and I will respond, especially super chats, especially if you don't want me to miss your message or have me share it. So we're going to go right into it. I am live on Rumble and on Twitter. In fact, I was trying to figure out, I saw this you know how like when you go to Twitter, again, Twitter X. Okay, you got me. I'm still calling it Twitter. Sometimes I remember to call it X or at least Twitter X, but whatever, you get me. I was trying to figure out, actually, give me a second. I want to look at my phone because it does appear different on your phone than when you're on the computer. And I was wondering, because since I am multicasting, okay, I see it. All right. So it was true. Okay. Because I just noticed when someone else comes on, that like a pink bar comes up. Like when they do like the what do they call that? The chat room or something, it comes up like purple. So I was like, I never noticed. Does mine happen? Because I'm always looking at the computer. But yeah, it's showing the little pink bar. So this is great. Twitter, don't be shy. I hope you see me. And guys, if you haven't, please share this content. Sharing is caring. I need all the help I can get when I'm shadow banning, the boob tube. What am I going to be talking about? Well, obviously Tate was kind of like floating around. I'm like, oh, what's the latest dumbass shit that he said, right? I'm like, let me see. So we're going to talk about his latest comments, and I'm going to give you a couple other insights I have about him and see your thoughts. Again, whether you're watching this live or the replay, definitely leave a comment. If it's your first time here, awesome to have you. And if you've been here before, welcome back, my love. And become a member. You becoming a member is $2.99. Whether you become a member of Locals or here on the BoobTube or both, you're sponsoring this live stream. It's like buying me a coffee a month. Plus, how awesome is it to see your little in the chat, the little icon thing, the little star that comes up because you're a member. And it's like, yeah, I support this, and of course you get priority. I definitely notice you. And for all those that already became a member, thank you. And for those of you who have donated, thank you. And for those of you who have bought me a coffee, literally, because the link is in the description below, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't get enough. And it all goes to this channel, 100%. Plus the love you send me, it's literally the lifeline. And so I'm going to talk about Tate. I'm going to talk about some examples of what I think a real man looks and sounds like. I'm going to mention Kevin. I'm sorry, not Kevin. This USC fighter. It's a Bryce Mitchell and something he said. I'm going to talk about, a couple of things I saw on Twitter. James O'Keefe, a post that he posted. And again, it's all about, this is on To Be a Man series. So we're going to be talking about anything and everything related to men, how to be a man, what's the situation. Give me a second. And then Jordan Peterson's daughter, Jordan Peterson. I understand when people were firstly attracted to him, but then I'm like, dude, ever since I saw him sitting down with Netanyahu, whatever his name is, the PM of Israel, things have changed. Again, another one that's bought and sold. Sorry for all you Jordan Peterson fans. Like, just goes to show you. And the fact that Jordan Peterson just started this ARC organization, which is literally WEF with a different cover. I'm not kidding you. We'll get into that some other time. I'll dedicate a whole stream just on that. But yeah, so I'm going to be sharing, and then I'm going to be talking about penis surgery. It actually didn't, let me see. Did I put it in the description? Now, of course, I'm looking on my live stream on Rumble and YouTube. And yeah, So, again, and the Tate conversation has to do with the OnlyFans, and I'm just like, these people are just insane. But the part is that there's so many young men, or even young, teenagers that are looking at this guy, and I'm like, A, where are the parents? B, maybe the parents don't even know. For somebody who claims he's like the most Googled person, or at least he was the most Googled person, but of course he's still making the news. And he's claiming like anybody, like how many times is somebody is guilty that says, I'm innocent, there's no charges. And it's just typical MSM thing, like the same matrix that he claims that attacks him. He's literally, not that he's not innocent of all the charges, but he's acting like he's out and it's done, and it's not. I think, in fact, he's in court today. If not today, tomorrow, the 29th. I don't know if it's the 20th or 29th. So, like, again, it's like, oh, just listen to what I say. It's like brainwashing the whole time. I'm like, and I'm hoping, like, with the whole fact that he turned around and he's like, oh, I've changed my ways. I've turned my faith and my beliefs to Islam. I mean, there are people that have been in jail, right? They go to jail and then they come out like, I'm born again, born again Christian, or, I found the light. I found God. And sometimes it's true, but sometimes they use it. So it is. It's very hard to decipher, like, what is real, what's true, who do you believe? But to me, actions speak louder than words. And yet Tate, once again, put his mouth in action just yesterday on a podcast. So I'll start with Tate. We'll go down the line, and then we're going to get into penis enlargement is on the rise. I've already talked about it on Locals. That's when I really take my gloves off. So again, go to Locals and check that out. Become a member and check that out, and comment, because you can comment there and I get your direct messages and I don't miss any of them. Whereas everywhere else, it's like, you can't hold me to it. It's like, it's hard to keep up. Even when you guys give me like song requests, that's why becoming a member, or if you donate or super chat it, then I'll definitely follow through. So, and for those who are new, before we get the party started, here's a little bit about myself and what makes my real live raw reactions a little different. Hi, I'm Olga S. Pérez, coming at you live, unleashing the power of perspective, one reaction at a time. I've been a life strategist for over 20 years, and I'm here to share my insights on trending topics, current news, and music videos that we all want to talk about with love and humor. Yeah, baby, you gotta have some humor. Hello, Buzzacino. Great to see you today. Oh, I like this. To ground yourself is to find your path, for without the path, the spirit flies free. And we must learn to walk before we can fly, lest we fly blindly away from our destiny. I like that with the little sunglasses. Cool emoji. Hello, B-Jax. Welcome. What's up, Olga? How you doing? I like that. AC Nelson. Hello. Hola, Miss Olga. How you doing? Yes. Hey, Rocco Branca. Greetings and salutations from the swamp. Swamp? Oh, that swamp? I was like, is it DC swamp? Where only the gators get out alive. Peace be with you and all my brothers and sisters. Thank you, ditto. Love the message. Yeah, toxic masculinity. Look, I actually thought about that. It actually came through my mind. I'm like, and I've mentioned it before, but let's get into it a little bit. So whoever came up with the term toxic masculinity, and then everyone else that copied it and followed through, because we all want to be a part of a group, like mansplaining. And where did that take us? And the hashtag Me Too movement. And then hello, the whole Johnny Depp and what's her name? Was it Heather? Oh my God, what was her name? Anyway, it's just, I mean, nowadays, between the social media and the amount of discourse we can actually have than, say, years ago when stuff was happening and men were getting accused. Yeah. A lot of innocent men got in the crossfires. A lot of shitty women took advantage of that because they're shitty people. They're shitty men, they're shitty women. And again, yeah, of course, it's also natural and quite accurate at times with, stereotypes. But anyway, so we got to stop that shit. Because to me, toxic masculinity, if you really want to get into it, toxic masculinity is just any freaking asshole. And you could say toxic femininity. Another asshole or a bitch, whatever. They're all bitches. They're all bitches. Male or female. Like, when you're a nasty person, you're a nasty person. You're just toxic. We don't need to add toxic masculinity, which is not even a thing. Never has been. I don't care who said it. I don't care who follows it. I don't care who propagates it. No such thing. No such thing. One more time. No such thing. Okay. All right. Because masculinity at its positive is not toxic. So you can't say toxic masculinity. Oh, so if you're going to say toxic masculinity, are you going to say what? Loving masculinity? Positive masculinity? But they don't do that. They don't do that. Right. Everyone comes up with these labels because something is wrong with them. That's what it comes down to. They didn't get liked. They didn't get picked. They got disappointed, or instead of leveling themselves up, it's the shitty men. Can you imagine if everyone, especially women, let's say women, at this juncture in the conversation? I don't know, like when I'm looking at the camera, I'm like, which way should I move that shit? It's in my eyes. And so, if you hold your own and you love yourself and you stand for yourself and you don't go low, you hold your standards high. You just don't mingle. You just don't interact. You're not even attractive to a so-called toxic male. And that's it. And the more women act gracefully, with wisdom, with class, with integrity, with character, these men who are they going to play? Who are they going to be nasty to if a woman doesn't take any of their shit, doesn't buy into their stupidity? And if a girl does, or a woman, whatever, they need to ask themselves, what's wrong with me? A, why was I attracted to this toxic person? Period. And reflect and do some contemplation. But yeah, the world has gone full tard to the other extreme, which is no contemplation at all and no responsibility for oneself at all. Hello, that's what used to make Jordan Peterson kind of special, and that's part of his rise, right? Internationally. Clean your bedroom at its most basic level. Same shit. Clean your act. Clean your house. Clean your mind. Get better with your intention and more pure. Hold yourself to a higher standard. If you know whatever you've been doing doesn't work, if you keep attracting shitty people, whether it's a lover, a friend, whatever, you got to look at yourself. What am I doing? What am I attracting? What am I projecting? I don't know why I'm getting verklempt. All right. So let's see. What am I going to start with? Since I was just talking about Jordan Peterson, I saw that he did, let me screen share, or at least Mikhaila posted, she hasn't been up on the internet, hasn't done a podcast for a bit. And so she comes on, and I wasn't in the mood to listen to it because, like I said, I can't stand him now because he's sold out. That's it. I don't care. I don't care how much good you think you've done or how much you might have helped people. You sold out. You think it's not the first time? I've had mentors that literally, I don't know. Did I say that right? Literally, they were a great influence. They were great guides, like the perfect meaning of a mentor. And then years later, they didn't even follow the same things that they taught me to do. They sold out. They got old, whatever. There's 100 reasons. They got lonely, whatever. And I've seen them sell out. I've seen them go back on their own beliefs and lifestyle. for whatever reason. So to me, Jordan is just another one. It's like, oh man, I was with you until, that's it. I get it. You're human. You're fallible. Totally get it. I'm not mad at you. But don't come back and preach to me. Because now everything I thought that made you strong and unique and intelligent and wise, it's like, oh, I know it's such a crush. That's why I like this guy, the fighter of OFC. So let's play this clip real quick, and then I'm going to share the OFC comment. And they gave him a mic for a second there. But there was, like I said, I didn't watch this whole episode, but when I saw in the chapters that they mentioned Tate, and I was like, and I'm going to be talking about Tate. And I know a lot of people were sharing pictures of when Mikhaila met Tate years ago. And she claims that because he was in Romania and it was like no big deal. It was like a casual thing. She shut up. She didn't say much about it. But see, I wasn't the one interviewing her. If I interviewed her, believe me, we would have gotten the whole message, the whole real, raw. But here we go. Let's play this. It's just a few minutes. Here we go.
I think a bit of...
Here we go. All right. Let me rewind.
I'm getting...
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. One, I've been getting fairly tortured on Twitter about this Andrew Tate thing. Are you okay with addressing that?
Sure.
Okay. So I think first, before we get started, and I only want to talk about this once because I'm very bored of this, delve into this too much, but I think a bit of clarification on my end. In 2019, I was in Germany and Andrew Tate bought me tickets to fly to Romania to go discuss business.
There you go.
And then to fly back to Canada. And the reason I went was because in 2019, when you Googled Andrew Tate, he came up as a millionaire kickboxer. He had ideas about a subscription platform for me and for you. And I think part of the way...
Mind you, side note, but when I watched this earlier today, I'm like, what's up with her lip? I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's not that she's Jordan Peterson and she's like, a psychologist and helps people. But again, she has her presence, her public presence, her own public persona. And I'm like, what's up? Why is she talking weird? I'm like, oh my God. The obsession with these injections. It's just like, why? Are you just copycatting or literally you come through like, I'm my own person. I do what I want. Why would you do that? She's an attractive girl. She doesn't need shit. What the fuck? Okay. Sorry. Back to Tate.
Because of how I grew up, I basically said yes to opportunities and I didn't see a reason to not go talk to a millionaire about how he made money. And I also got the benefit of a ticket home. And I was also already in Germany. So I didn't see a reason not to go. That's also probably partly because I used to say yes to any opportunity, which I also think is part of the reason why I'm successful now. So anyway,
yeah, and I agree with her.
I went there.
And I totally understand.
From my experience, I met Andrew and I met his brother Tristan. They were very nice to me. Like, they were nice to me. We had a fun time. The reason that there's a rumor online that we hooked up or we slept together or something, that didn't happen. I've told people that numerous times. It's not like I was a
people
20-year-old
like
girl, like
those
enamored.
Aspersions online too. It's one of the things I've really seen that troll demons like to go after women on that front, right? And so,
yeah, true.
Yeah, it's really
so
vicious,
like
nasty, backbiting behavior.
And it doesn't matter what I say. He's dispelled it. Doesn't matter.
That's true.
Anyway, I haven't really commented on the situation because when I went, they were nice to me. Like, I actually had a pretty good time. He drove me around in his Bugatti and we saw castles, which was a weird experience. I remember telling him he was a very, very, very smart person. And I remember telling him, you kind of remind me of a human shark. I don't know like what it was, but I was like, it's interesting. I don't know if it's your eyes or something, but you kind of remind me of a human shark. That was it. And then I flew home. So that's the story on my end. Now,
just because I know his chart, he has a lot of Scorpio in his chart. So I'm not surprised that she said that about the shark comment.
I wanted to address that because people have been bothering me on Twitter for like 2 years or 3 years because of pictures of us smoking cigars or having a vodka or something, because I did. And it was fun. But that's it. That's the story on my end.
Do you think you made any mistakes in that venture?
Well, I had no idea he was going to become like the most famous person in the entire world. Would that have changed it?
Yeah, but you knew he was famous, or you wouldn't have gone there. I get it. Opportunity. Sure.
I don't think so. Like, from knowing what I knew at the time, I would have still gone. From knowing more about the webcam stuff. And he told me about, so once I was
Hey, that's my favorite part of the story. The webcam.
there, he told me about the webcam stuff.
What did he tell you?
Not in detail. Okay.
Yeah,
I can't
good question.
remember
Okay.
that well, but it was something like women who want to do webcam stuff, like they already want to do it. I help them make way more money, and I take a percentage.
That's a pimp.
And so I was like, okay.
Okay, either you're dumb and young, that's cool too, but that's a pimp. Yeah, you were sitting with a pimp.
I don't think, I wasn't like, that seems like a wonderful business model. But I was like, if there are women who are already doing it and now they're making more money, I guess
like say they're already on OnlyFans, but he's going to make him even more money than them on their own to go to a pimp. But I don't think that's the way it brought down. I actually don't. I know it didn't go down like that, but go ahead.
It is what it is, kind of. But I didn't know that until I got there. And then he wanted to set up subscription platforms, and said they could be very valuable. And we'd already been kind of looking into that because you'd had some issues with social media. I was worried you're going to get banned on sites. And so I was already thinking it would be good to set that up with a subscription platform.
Gmail canceled me at one point.
Yeah, I know.
About that time.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So it was like, it would be good to learn how to do the subscription platform.
Good.
Anyway, so I kind of went there to like scope things out. And it was a very interesting experience, and they were nice to me. That's like the story.
Yeah, well,
I believe her.
I hesitate to talk about Andrew Tate because I don't know that much about him, but I'll tell you what I know and what I think, and people can take it for what it's worth.
Let's see what you got to say, Jordan.
The first question is, why is he so popular? And the answer is, well, if you have to choose between being depressed and anxious and laying downstairs and covering yourself with Cheeto dust and looking at pornography and being timid and never going out, or listening to someone like Andrew Tate who says, like, get the hell out there and take the world, like, that's better. That's the shadow, right? Speaking in some ways, right? Like, if you're naive and timid and anxious and intimidated and useless and resentful, there's going to be a bit of a monster that needs to call to you to say, gird up your loins and get the hell out there in the world.
Right.
And so it's better to be a monster than a rabbit in some ways, right? Or at least there's some utility in the more monstrous predatory path that isn't there in the pathetic rabbit path. And that's partly because if you are a pathetic rabbit, you're going to become a predator anyways. You're just going to become a dark, backdoor, backbiting, gossip-mongering, resentful monster.
Society's also pushing that on men in
yes,
particular.
Constantly.
Like, be
and
weak.
I knew, and I warned people repeatedly that if the culture kept emasculating men, that men who said, to hell with that, I'd rather be a monster, would become extremely popular. Now, and Andrew Tate is emblematic of that in many ways, because the first thing you got to say,
yeah, but he's a pimp. And of course, it always looks cool, especially if the pimp is driving Bugattis. I mean, come on, we know this. And for all you Tate lovers, listen, teach his own. And who's ever innocent, may they get their innocence, and may they, whoever accuses them wrongfully, may they pay a price for that. Absolutely. But I'm going to pause it here, because then when I had saw on Twitter a video, here it is. Here's this one video on Twitter. Andrew Tate goes off on Neon and Sneeko. I don't really know who Neon is. Heard of it. Sneeko, I kind of do, right? Because he's part of that red pill manosphere shit, which are all fakes, all whatever. My point is, and who makes them the experts? But yet people are watching and listening. Even if they're all predominantly younger people, and predominantly younger males, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that these guys are sitting in a position that the audience puts them in, just like you put me here, right? By subscribing, liking, all these things. Now, let's see what he's got to say. I wonder if this is the one he mentions, OnlyFans.
Well, OnlyFans girls need attention to sell their OnlyFans, and losers need attention to sell their stream. And none of them have any talent. None of them are insightful. None of them have any wisdom or life experience. None of them have anything to teach you. Birds of a
But Andrew Tate does. He was a fighter who became a pimp. What? What are you talking about? Even if you did your little school and your little hustlers, university, academy, whatever that's called, like, what makes you the expert? You told yourself, I'm a geek. I look weird. I am awkward. My daddy kind of never was there. And I'm a mix of, different parents from different countries and ethnicities and whatnot. And I'm trying to fit in, or I'm trying to be a man in this world. Totally. That's cool, Tate. So what'd you do? You figured out something you could do good. You fought. You worked out. I don't know. I don't watch fights, but I heard you're good, right? Obviously, that's how you really got a name for yourself. After the whole, I think it was the Big Brother show that he did in England, which I believe he got kicked off on. But who cares if he got kicked off? I mean, that's part of the game. Not every person there is going to make it to the end. That's the whole point of the story. I mean, the show. Now, this guy, I mean, he's literally, once again, self-snitching. Watch.
Well, OnlyFans girls need attention to sell their OnlyFans.
They need attention. You don't need attention, but you're sitting there without your shirt on. Again. And why is it this time, at this very second, he doesn't have his sunglasses, but he typically does. Why? Because that makes him look more masculine. He knows what he looks like, dude. He knows what a geek he is, how pathetic he is. And so he learns, he studies, he reads. Good. He's using every tool he can out there to get an edge, to be more masculine, to be more desirable. But he also has, quote me if I'm wrong, but doesn't he have a few different baby mamas? And he's not in their world either. Oh, I guess because he came from a dad that wasn't really there. I mean, there's all kinds of issues, and we all, regardless of wanting to be different than our parents, we typically end up like our parents. Then maybe as we become adults, we realize, oh my God, I'm just like my mom. I'm just like my dad, and I don't like that. And that's growth and maturity. And then you change that. But this one,
losers need attention to sell their stream.
And losers need attention to sell their stream. What do? You use women, Andrew.
None of them have any talent. None of them are insightful.
They got no talent. What's your talent, Andrew, besides fighting? If you were a good fighter, you play, okay, you're right. You play chess, so I'm sure you have a few talents. But what do you mean they don't have talent? Your webcam girls have more talent than OnlyFans girls. Because you're typing for them and you're making money, you're taking money from them. Although they're willfully giving it to them, right? It's a business relationship. I get it.
None of them have any wisdom or life experience.
None of them have wisdom. None of them. First of all, they're young girls predominantly. And like young girls, young boys, they don't have any wisdom. Okay? That's just age indicative. But you have the wisdom. See, anybody with wisdom wouldn't say shit like this.
None of them have anything to teach you. Birds of a feather flock together.
Oh my God, is he not talking about himself here?
So my answer is, in this attention economy.
Did I not mention the sunglasses? Look how the sunglasses go back on. He is self-aware of who he really is. And so all he does is continue to show you a facade, a character. So I get it. For entertainment purposes only, Andrew has created this persona for entertainment purposes only. Fine. If you enjoy this and you like the look and shit, that's great. But to look at this person and that they're an advisor, an expert, or wise men, what? No.
Unfortunately.
How many people has he really helped? How is he really somebody in the world that's really changed people's lives? He made them money. Under his direction. Pimp.
On the race to the bottom, while everyone does more and more stupid things to get views, I don't think I am ever going to be
You
surprised
do the
by how
same thing. All those videos that you have, Andrew, of self-snitching yourself, that's low. That's like pathetic. It's like every person out there, whether it's a girl or guy, but like guys that like to brag, right? And they're like, oh yeah, if I took you to bed, I'll show you. They all said it. They still say it. They've been saying it forever. It's like, when a guy talks like that, he ain't shit. That's a fact. So, okay. Hold on.
I am ever going to be surprised by how low they will sink. And if hanging around with an OnlyFans girl is going to get them some attention on the internet, they're going to do it. Same as they're going to do anything else to get some attention on the internet, like degrade themselves endlessly.
Like your brother filming you spanking a girl. That I saw the video, Andrew. She wasn't acting. Even if she did come out later and says, it was all an act. You think the girl's really going to want to cross hairs with you? You make it very clear that you will mess people up. You've literally had people canceled or blocked on Instagram, which I'll get into next.
Scream at a camera, be clowns, be morons, sip lean, whatever crap they do to get views. That's what they're going to do.
I love it, Andrew. You couldn't have said it best. You couldn't have said it best because it takes one to know one, of course.
Well, OnlyFans girls.
There we go. Okay. So like I said, we're just getting started. Let's do a little flip-flop real quick and talk about what this little clip from yesterday. Make sure you guys can see it on him getting out of court and how, again, it's whatever the TV tells you, it's the truth. He knows this game. He knows the game. I'll give him that much.
I think that sounds like some desperate nobody trying to make a name for himself off of imaginary things. He's basically a fan of ours, and he's unimportant, so he just tries to get a name for his law firm with imaginary garbage.
How is your last 2 months? Because you were released from your house arrest. Now you expect to be able to leave Romania? Do you think that will happen?
Oh, really? Commercial? Do. Oh, really? Another one? I can't skip this one. Sorry, guys. Okay, wait. Back on the volume.
Will you expect to be able to leave Romania? Do you think that will happen?
We'll see, God willing, but things are moving in the correct direction. I think everybody now has understood that this began in January. It's been going on for a very long time. There's not a single video of an abused girl. There's not a single statement against us. I think everybody understands what's really happened here, and it was a witch hunt. And unfortunately, in life, you cannot shine light without casting a shadow. If you get too big and too successful,
they don't even walk like real men, real sophisticated men, real wise men, real powerful men. They walk like gangsters, bro. Again, he calls himself Top G. Top G. Interesting. Because, the GOAT, right? The greatest of all time. G for gangster. All right, gang.
I'm going to try and attack you, but you have to roll with the punches, take the rough with the smooth, and I am very sure this will all be concluded pretty quickly.
And about the goods that have been taken away from D-Cot, do you think you will recover them? Because that's also what you want to take.
Yeah, well, I mean, D-Cot took a lot of stuff. They took 15 cars, and they took a lot of things of a lot of value. This is very strange for me as a Westerner. We don't work this way in our countries. Police can't just come and roll.
But you said I'm leaving America because I can't do what I want to do in America. This is a better place, Andrew. You said it many times. Look at you now. You miss home, baby?
Rob you and force you to open your safe and take all of your things at gunpoint. Obviously, things are a bit different here. It'd be nice to get my things back. But all in all, I'm not too materialistic a person. It doesn't matter. I am who I am, and I'm not the kind of person who will stay at any echelon of social society unless I decide to. So I can just make it all back. I can buy a new one.
What happened with the Muslim look? Like when he first came out of jail? What's going on? I'm not going to continue to play this whole clip. You guys can look it up on the Daily Mail because I just don't want them to like strike me or whatnot. Anyway, so this one guy, so apparently there's a few more clips. We're going to get into it. But here's this. I really don't know this guy. I've seen his face here and there on other people's podcasts. So he plays that part in OnlyFans, but then I didn't realize that right
Does that make
into
sense?
this.
Be clowns,
That's probably talking about Neon right there.
be morons, sip lean, whatever crap they do to get.
Why dick suck me in there? Why are you dick sucking me, Andrew? Why are you talking about me in this shit? I thought this was Sneaky-O and fucking Neon, and you had to bring me up? What the fuck did I do to you, bro? The fuck?
Get views. That's what they're going to do.
They've met. They know each other. They've been on each other's podcasts and whatnot.
So, wow. Okay. So then Keemstar tweeted, and this is true. Sneeko unfollowed Andrew Tate after.
So they're a bunch of little boys, right? And they're all like selling each other out, talking shit. It's a sword fight of dicks, literally, right? So here's a couple examples of what I think a real man is. And it's not about, old school shit. It's like, let's just take a minute here. Like, whether you've seen his movies, Cary Grant, here's some pictures. Like, even when he's mature, a fucking man. Like, he's got balls. He's got care. And I know he had issues and he had a tumultuous life. His daughter wrote a memoir about it. But just bear with me. These guys got none of that. None of this real man aura at all. One of my favorites, of course. Another classic. Let me see if you guys can see my screen. Clark Gable, baby. Clark Gable. I don't know, there's a pictures here. And God, this guy, he really had did you guys know about his love of his life? Like, his ex-wife wouldn't leave him. She wouldn't divorce him. It didn't matter how much money. She was like, no, not going to be divorced, because he was in love with this other actress, and they really were like the love of each other's life. And then that woman, right when she was pregnant, dude, she dies in a plane crash. Are you kidding me? And it was really, really hard. Anyway, so Clark Gable, one of his iconic lines is this right here. Give me a second. This is a commercial.
Love money.
Oh, again, because if they hear it, then they're gonna fucking flag me. And it's like, yo, it's a commercial, and you're gonna flag me. You're gonna copyright my ass. No. Famous scene from Gone with the Wind, right? The end scene.
Where you go? Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Oh, like, that's a man. Like, I've done it. I've given, and I'm done, and I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't need to play games. I don't need to lower myself. And then she responds like a classic. Even to this day, this happens. Watch her face. Finally realizes that she loved him. Finally. Too late.
No, I can't. There must be some way to bring him back.
There must be some way to bring them back. And there goes the ego coming in charge and trying to get what they want at all costs. And people do crazy shit.
I can't think about this now. I'll go crazy if I do. I'll think about it.
She is, and her character was a really tough cookie. I mean, she was a little bitch and you wouldn't like her, but she really, that part of her that was hard and, different and unruly was what helped her survive. But at the end of the day, now, I don't know if this clip shows the entire thing, but there's a scene. I don't know if it's going to happen in this actual clip. Yeah, it does. And she's like, I will have it all. And you know what? I love that tenacity. I love that passion. You go, girl. But you have to change, my friend. And it's done. It's over. Forget about it. So there should have been another sequel to this movie. That's just the side note. But like these men, it's sad that young men don't have real role models. They have pimps and fakers and gamers. Like, and then, but let me tell you something. Anytime I see one, whether it's an intern of mine or I see them wherever I go, if I'm at a bar, whoever, or it's someone's son and whatnot, they'll always be like, so what are you thinking? Well, what should I do? And then literally they're so quick to give me their phone. Okay, what do I text her? Or how do I get her back? Or how do I make her want me? And every time they listen to me, they win. And it's not just like how to write the message to get her. It's you got to change your attitude. And what are you bringing to the plate? I say the same thing to women. The thing is, it's the same for both. But the media and social media is annihilating any chance for any of these younger generations to have happiness, to have a real fulfilling relationship, because it's all about pumping your lip with silicone, getting tits, getting Bugattis, shaving your head, putting sunglasses, and pretending. Pretend. Do you remember Chris Rock? If you haven't seen it, go look it up. I think it was Blacker Than Black or something like that. When his comedy tour show that he did back like 2000, 99, 2000. And he talked about how, who's the fakest? Who's the biggest liars? Men or women, right? And he's like, men are liars, but there's worse liars. But the biggest liars are women. And he starts to give examples about, that ain't your hair, that ain't your nails, right? Stuff like that. But it's funny how that was over 20 years ago. And the shit's gotten worse. People, I'll tell you what your cutting edge is going to be, is to be real. That's your turn on. That's your power. Real. Authentic. Stop looking for clicks. That's not going to help you in the bedroom. Even if people like Andrew Tate are like, this is how you get it. Get what, bro? Anyway, hold on. Let me go back. Let me see. I know I'm skipping around. Oh, this has to do with, oh yeah. So there's this article that I kind of looked up. 12 characteristics of an elegant and sophisticated man, right? I'm like, okay, just because it's an article doesn't mean they're right. But I go, okay. That was one of the things, like the phrase elegant and sophisticated man can oftentimes conjure images of a knight in shining armor, or perhaps a man dining in 5-star restaurants. But this isn't the case. True that. Being an elegant and sophisticated man is about far more than wearing expensive cologne or well-tailored suits. In fact, it's a description you earn through an unwavering commitment to your character. Simply put, being a classy man means having a charming, timeless, and mysterious air about you. It's a lifestyle and energy that one embodies. So in order to help you to be, okay, right? So as you can see, they have like points, right? 1, he's confident. 2, he is well-mannered. 3, he knows the power of appearances. 4, he's generous. 5, he remains positive. 6, he keeps good company. 7, he guards his relationship. 8, he gives and commands respect. Not likes, not follows. He doesn't compromise his values. See, these people, they talk from one side of the mouth and then another. He has an air of mystery. Not self-snitching Tate. Come on, nothing. Like, but I get it. In a world where you're like, where are the real men and real sophisticated men? And those men do not hang out with these OnlyFans girls that are, whether it's on the Fresh and Fit podcast or whatever podcast. No. Although I am planning on being a guest on their show, but specifically to blow the cover, really, and maybe help them out to do better. Honestly, he doesn't need to break the bank. Absolutely. He is a lifelong learner. See, he doesn't say, I got the wisdom. I know everything. No. All right. So that's just a quick, but here is something I think a real man says. Here's another example. This is recent. This is, and I like I said, I don't follow fights, but I've read this on Twitter and I really liked what this Bryce Mitchell had to say in this clip. Watch this.
I brought this Bible in here tonight because I do believe Satan has taken over this earth. And something specifically I'm talking about.
Agreed.
Is these fires in Hawaii. I'll be donating $5,000 to Dan Ige tonight to give to people in Hawaii because I know He lost friends. They lost their homes. They lost their children. And I love these people with all my heart. And we have to show Satan that he can do nothing through the power of Christ when we come together.
Yeah, ever since Tate went to Islam, right, become a Muslim, why isn't he talking God, 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 Allah, Allah, Allah?
Let me ask you
No, baby, a leopard doesn't change its spots.
about your eye. Obviously, Dan connected with a couple of good shots there. Open up a cut above and underneath.
Anyway, that was just, to me, it's like, oh, you had me at hello, baby. Oh, just want to kiss him. This guy, not promoting James O'Keefe. I just like this post. Again, because there's not enough talk about the evil in the world that's taken over. And everyone's brainwashed, and all these kids, or even people my age, it doesn't matter. Everyone's like, just, it's almost like an IV funnel to being numb and to just being a parrot and to not getting your priorities straight. The priority for everyone should always be to be a better person than you were yesterday. And I know you've read it. I know you've heard it 1,000 times, but we're not doing it. When I say we, it's because I could always be better. So every day I'm like, okay, like one of the things I'm dealing with right now is getting in shape because I get so busy. And then I'm like, you can spare 7 minutes and do some squats and push-ups. So I'm working on that. I mean, I never had to work. I used to run all the time, but running doesn't work for me anymore. So I'm like, call it age, body changes, whatever. What worked for you before doesn't work for you later. That's part of life. Got to flow with the change, right? So I'm there. So James O'Keefe, make sure you guys can see, because sometimes I'm talking, I forget whether you guys could see me or not. Evil is coming for us all. No, sorry. Evil is coming for all of us. Nobody's immune and nobody will come out unscathed. That's a fact. So to me, instead of like, let's make any changes, let's be prepared. Okay? So enough with the fake stuff. Enough with these kids battling like Tate with the Aiden and Sneeko and Neo, whoever. Like, what? God, they're so self-absorbed, ego, pathetic maniacs. Like, come on. Okay. I get it. Social media just enables the worst of people. I get it. In the fight against powers and principalities, the weak ones will bend a knee and lie in order to survive. Hello, with all the jab for Pfizer. Football guy. Yeah. And what about Kaepernick? What was his name? Remember bending the knee, and I come from slavery and shit when he was adopted in a great family. That you guys all know the story. You don't need me to repeat it. But now apparently he's begging for his job back. Oh. I mean, that's the power of suggestion and mainstream and virtual signaling. See, it's not the good people that pretend I stand up for the weak guys because I bend a knee. Dude, even subconsciously bending a knee, even if it's if you think a good cause, when you bend, when you get on your knee, 1 knee, 2, I don't care. You're being submissive. That's not empowering. Standing is. Oh God, I know I'm messing up this whole post that James O'Keefe posted. The strong ones with morals who adhere to truth and trust God will persevere. Now, whether this guy believes what he wrote, I think it was a great statement. Maybe somebody wrote it for him. Maybe he does believe it. I don't know him personally, but I'll tell you what, I'd much rather stand by James than Tate any day. I mean, I just won't stand by Tate. But going back to Tate, I know apparently this guy, I don't know why he's like the most, dangerous person. Why? Because fake liberal sellout, psyop manager, government front man, Joe Rogan, which I would love. He's a Leo like me, but no. I've heard him flip-flop way too many times. And he's just not even as funny as he used to be because like everybody else, like Colbert Like all those people on mainstream media that used to be comedians, Jimmy Fallon, very extremely talented person. Look at them now. They can't be funny if they tried. Because when you sell your soul, you lost your heart, and your heart is your creativity. Hence, humor. So I remember watching this. I just found this guy. It was a year ago because someone else, I've said this before in my other Tate commentaries, that, I think it was Brittany Venti. I'll never forget it. When she showed a clip from him, which was specifically the clip where the Tate brothers, Tristan was videotaping the brother, smacking this girl, pretending to hit her, but literally he was. But the fact that how weird is that your brother is videotaping it? I don't judge. That is fucking sick. That is not healthy. And that is not masculine. And that is not a man. Let's get that fucking shit straight. For all you Tate lovers out there, trust me on this one. I have seen all the good things he said, like get up, go to the gym, dude. Yes, I've seen the same reason why you're like, but you don't see all of Tate. I've seen every single thing of Tate. I don't open my mouth until I do. Okay? So I don't need you to tell me, but you know good things. He's a pimp. So know that you worship a pimp. Period. And know that if you do and you continue to, you will never be happy. You will never have a woman that truly loves you. You will never know how great it is to be a man that's loved, who loves and is loved at the same time. That is the greatest drug. No video game, no blow-up doll, no Bugatti could ever give you that. Ever. The warmth and the smell of a woman who loves you, please. The Creator has made us perfect. There's nothing wrong. And all that media does, and all that social media does, and all that technology does is take you away from your true nature that you can never run from. I don't even care if you get a Neuralink in your brain or you do Total Recall style. If you haven't seen that movie, watch that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, check this out. And the thing is, I did look this up. It's true. Check this out.
So my Instagram was nuked today, and Andrew Tate, Cobra Tate on Gab, took credit for it. He says, "Sorry, brother. I'm not your brother. Your brother's a gay guy who wears slippers. I had to get your Instagram what for spreading lies about me. I'll get it reactivated once you calm down." Okay, he just mass flagged it. It's down, obviously, it's gone. But so our response, me and Connington discussed it, is, bro, you're not good at gatekeeping. If you're pretending to be censored, you can't brag about censoring other people. Also, what you did was very feminine and emotional. Go buy some new leopard print slippers and calm down. So gay, so fucking gay. Tate's a fag. Yeah, so stupid. He allegedly raped Lauren Southern. He allegedly
her? She's another YouTuber.
Raped this other girl and turned her into a sex slave.
I don't know, but I know she did mention it. And then she was also like sexually harassed and stuff by that guy. Is it Watson? Something Watson, who I don't know if he's still talking on Alex Jones. And I've always loved Alex Jones. I got a piece of my heart's always with him. But what the fuck? Like, I know he can't like screen everybody, but I know that some of the guests he has, he knows they're shady. But again, maybe he's like, oh, well, I forgive them, or they've changed, or whatever his excuses are. Nah, dude. No. I thought what made Alex the best is when he would just share, like, I got some intel. I found some documents. You know what I mean? I got a whistleblower here and there. And he was giving us news that nobody else was giving. But then when he has these guests that it's like Ali Alexander, Nick Fuentes, like, oh, and all these people, then you're like, oh, well, they make some good talking points. But then they say comments like, being with a young woman, meaning underage, literally pedos. I'm like, dude, if you work for me, if you came on my show and I find that out, I not only will never have you back on my show, I will literally call you out on my show. I'll literally say, I can't believe I either didn't do my research or this person wasn't like this before, but I will show up. Not defend them. We all make mistakes or people change. But none of these people are doing this. What the fuck? But apparently you can't say this guy's name. BB, Big Bear, Owen Benjamin. Like, why? What the fuck? What are we in Germany now? Can't talk about the Holocaust and all the lies. I lived in Germany. Ha! Don't even get me started. Yeah, and I'm over it. I'm over it because I've always been with the Jews. I have great friends that are Jewish. They're not part of a group of them that are what they are. Like any group has some shitty people in it. Period of the story. Stop it, people, with this shit. There is no unique group. Okay? For me to lie, I cannot help people if I lie. You have to confront the truth. The truth sets you free. Doesn't mean you hate anybody and, create a stereotype where you hate them. But the whole anti-Semitic, well, how about anti-white? How about anti-black? Which is very different than BLM. Like, what? So anybody anti-anything. But the ADL doesn't just stand up for that. It stands up for just that group. Why? Why? It's almost like, ooh, maybe because we know that you're going to come after us because we're doing things that maybe you're not going to like. Come on. I'm being funny, guys. Again, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Here's this other clip. Why did I pick this clip? Let me see. Which one was this? Oh, yeah. So I don't just believe. I did some research, and this guy has a past with the occult. He studied the occult, and it takes one to know one because I have to understand it, to understand who the devil is or what's the enemy, how to recognize the enemy or anybody bad, right? Through symbolism and whatnot. I even studied to see, does this stuff really work? So, it's funny, the Milk Bar TV on Twitter, he had posted that same clip that's been going around about his OnlyFans comment, but I like what he wrote. He goes, Andrew Tate is an attention-seeking loser, according to Andrew Tate. I was like, man, I wish I would have said it that good. Okay, this is not about trashing him. It's just about wake up people. So here's a little clip. There's tons of them, but just for today, here's a little clip about how he understands how to manipulate. He studied it because he was looking for anything to be empowered. I respect that from him. But know who your so-called idol or master is. Oh, wait. Wait. This clip called real quick. Oh, wait. Where's this from? Why can't I see the title? Oh, I think it was Twitter. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, it was about Balenciaga. Here we go. Here we go. He's giving you the deep. That's true. Oh, what's going on here? I got internet. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? What's going on? That's interesting. Let me refresh the page. Oh, God. Now that means I lost it, didn't it? Ah! All right. Well, you get the gist. I'm not going to waste our time looking for it right now. We'll do it next time. Another to be continued. Okay. So I can go on and on. There's tons and tons to talk about when it comes to the Tatester. But I think I gave you enough to chew on. And please share this. Help people free themselves from the lies and the bullshit. But the other thing that's fucking got me is just like with the women and they're injecting their lips for no good reason. It don't even look good. And it looks fake. It's like, look at me. I'm fake. All right. What is up with the penis surgery on the rise? Here we go. We're going to wrap it up with the penis surgery. Like I said, I already gave my 20, 30 minutes of ranting about this on Locals, that I'm not going to do it the same way here. So I do advise you, become a member on Locals. You can cancel anytime, whatever, or you can do a one-time donation, whatever it is. Go. The link is in the description below. Oh, matter of fact, while we're here, I'll make it even easier for you. How about you join? The link is right in the description. Now, it's up to you if you want to tell me if you've ever had any penis enlargement surgery. But like I said, I give you details on my personal experience and knowledge on this subject, but I dare not to on the boob tube. Please check it out on Locals. I'm not speaking just out of my ass and just because I read an article. But the fact that it says like this article. Now, you can't believe all the articles, right? So I got another article, not just this one. Penis enlargement is on the rise. Filler shots are all the rage now. Filler shots, guys. Now, whatever happened with the motion of the ocean? Because even if your penis is larger or thicker, longer, whatever it is that you're looking for that you need, that you think you need, you still got to know how to use it. So you're spending your time and money. And plus, they're not talking about the secondary effects. It's not a fix. It's not a perfect fix. You don't, just like transgendering is not, they don't tell you how when a man goes to be a woman, which she can never be a woman, but whenever he's trying to, and they cut the penis off, tuck it in, and create this so-called vagina, they have to put a device in there to stretch it because it becomes a scab, because it's a lesion forever for the rest of their life. That's the best case scenario. But there's a lot worse that usually happens with that process. They don't tell you that. Some of the people that are going through it, they're ashamed of it. They're embarrassed. They don't want to say that. They're trying to have a normal life. They're trying to find a male partner, a heterosexual male partner to have families with, even if they can't have families. And they can adopt, just like a woman that's a real woman who's born a woman, biological woman, who can't have kids, and then maybe she adopts, right? Definitely, I would never recommend surrogacy, okay? I don't care how much you pay the woman to have your baby. Know that there's no amount of money that will ever make that person's life normal again. That's another thing that women are not coming out and saying because they got paid. And typically they also have NDAs and whatnot. So to me, there's enough children dying and starving in the world that why would you do that? How fucking egotistical is that? Selfish. It's, again, that's a whole nother subject. Let's read a little bit about this article. And I definitely I'm going to read your comments and see what's up. And maybe if we have some time, if you guys are in the mood, let me know in the chat and I'll send you a link and take some call-ins. Specifically about this topic of the penis. It's the secret weapon in a different battle of the bulge. Dissolvable penis injectables. End quote. I feel like I'm holding a baseball bat. Carlos M. 25 said while describing his post-filler phallus to the Post. The Bronx native, who asked that his full name not be revealed for privacy reasons, tacked on a whooping 1.5 inches to his tallywhacker by going to lustful aesthetics. What an enticing name for a place to get your, your dick thing done. Okay. A New York City-based cosmetic medicine company that, among other procedures, helps widen people's willies. Carlos is one of many men who are sex-expanding their horizons with injections of I always say this wrong. Hyaluron. I know how to say it, but when I'm reading, I can't say it. Dyslexia. Hyaluronic acid-based penis fillers, which are non-surgical, last for more than a year. But see, they don't last forever. Look at all the money you're putting. And you don't think that shit bothers you and hurts your penis? Okay. And are reversible. So they say. Maybe because it dissipates. Maybe in that sense reversible. I mean, come on. And everything has secondary effects. They don't talk about it? Okay. Unlike more invasive implant techniques, which I have witnessed, the penis plumbing procedures have been around since 2016 in the millions strong filler community, which it started for men with ED issues. Okay. Not for people that needed a bigger penis because what? They think that they're going to enjoy sex more. It's not true. Not true. It's in their mind. Just like a woman that's get breast implants. She really thinks that men are going to like her more, that she's going to enjoy sex more because she's not insecure. Let me tell you a deep, dark secret that when the women that do that and they still don't get the men to worship them and think they're awesome, they never get over it. Ever. And they feel ashamed. There's all kinds of subconscious and secondary effects of it. They question themselves all the time. Did I do the right thing? Was it worth it? And they have to convince themselves all the time, continuously. See, when you're born a certain way, you had no control over it. So your mind digests it totally different. So it actually makes whatever insecurity worse. Predominantly. Now, but popularity swelling big time in 2023, expert told the Post. Penile enlargement, pilgrims broaden their appendages by up to 1/2 inch per session, with some patients adding a whole 2 inches overall in a bid to boost confidence and improve the performance in the sack. You see? So it's not about becoming a man or a better person, which is the only thing that's actually works to be happy and have a fulfilled life. Okay? What the fuck? I mean, I get it. Everybody wants a quick fix. No such thing, honey. You don't become a great boxer the first time in the ring, okay? Even if you get pumped with hormones. You got to put the work in. You don't become a great chef the first time you grab a pan and crack an egg. I mean, it could be fluke, you got lucky, but no. So, and it's not just the lesser endowed who are seeking the total package. This is what I'm talking about. It's like the pretty girl like Peterson's daughter, who maybe she'll even deny, I didn't inject my lip. Girl, you can't even move it. It's clear. But they all lie. The Kardashians lie all the time. So now it's even normalized to lie. It's normal. I've read quotes and posts of people who are like, well, it's her business. She doesn't want to admit it. It's like, and so what? She can do what her wants. It's her body, her choice. Yeah, you're right. But she's not telling you how it gets worse. Even the nips and tucks is an addiction in itself. We had a perfect example. We had a real pioneer, Joan Rivers. But you never knew her. Maybe you're too young and you're watching this. Look it up. No. What's hot is not obesity. What's hot is not fake tits. What's hot is not a fake dick. What's hot is a heart and character and balls and courage. Character. What makes you like another person? What would make you like yourself more? What's your standard? What's your do's? What's your, your don'ts? What's your deal breakers? Are you that? What you seek, you should be able to do it equally or better than what you seek. But, it's all about just putting makeup on and wearing a dress, or a guy, same thing, a suit and getting a fancy car. It's a vicious, nasty, empty cycle. But right now, it happens to be contagious to be like that. This has got to change right now. And it's going to, because the guys with the Bugattis and the girls with the fake tits and the Botox and whatever, they will crumble. Because now more than ever, we are in a time where it's your character and your integrity that will make you number one and the most desirable. You mark my words, write it down, put it in your calendar. Yes, that's wisdom. You're welcome. So my mid shaft was in the 6 or 6.5 range. Rax Dexter, a Lushful Aesthetics client and gay porn star, again, to make money in this instance, right? So that doesn't improve his life or make him happy. You understand this. Okay. Whose privates have spearheaded more than 4 million Google searches, told the Post. After receiving multiple filler treatments over several years, he claimed his penis grew to about 7.5 inches around. I think it had a positive effect on my career. I think. Not I know. I think. Dexter proclaimed. Just like the patient's phalluses, the appeal is ever widening. End quote. This is all the rage right now, declared Lushful Aesthetics. Lushful Aesthetics. I keep saying lustful. Founder, Dr. Chris Bustamante. Oh, don't even get me started with that name. That's a whole nother bag of beans. Okay. A certified doctorate nurse practitioner specializing in aesthetic medicine, whose clients range from working stiffs to, well, porn stars. This procedure is just starting to come to light, said Bustamante, better known as Injector Chris. What a nickname. Wouldn't you like to be called that? Injector Chris. To his 16,500 Instagram followers, a lot of people don't even know this really exists. William Moore, co-founder of the Dallas space enhancement firm Fallow Phil, said he started in 2020 by injecting friends and people whom he knew. He now has 16 franchises nationwide, with people from Los Angeles to Detroit and Miami apparently clamoring to get, as the fans of Hollywood's serial lady killer Pete Davidson call it, the big dick energy. Man, this story is not going to end well, guys. You mark my words. Do not. You were born perfect. Trust me on this. You just need some tact and some rewiring in here to be the real top G. The electric tool aid acid test, the secret to revolutionary procedure. Oh my God, I know how to say this. Mira, in Spanish, I would read like this. Hyaluronic acid, a chemical found in eye and joint fluid that makes it more biocompatible than silicone and other implants. True, right? That's a good thing, right? The advantage of using the oh my God, I can't believe I say this without them. Oh my God, I'm about to Google it and have the Google thing like tell me. Anyway, this acid is naturally, the H acid is naturally in your body. Dr. David Schaefer, a double board certified and award-winning New York City plastic surgeon, told the Post. He invented swag, or the Schaefer width and the girth procedure, which uses, among other ingredients, Voluma gel that is FDA approved. Oh, because the FDA approved, it's totally safe. People stop. Like, we can't. It's all about money. It's like, oh, can this make me money? Then it works. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. You know? The chin and cheeks, but used for upping penis volume and doing for phalluses what augmentation does for breast. The latter is considered an off-label use of the injectable that is not yet approved by the FDA. What a surprise. Price range from $11,000 to $20,000 for a full round of treatment, depending on the type or number of injections and desired size, from this small to extra large, depending on the patient's performance. This can require 10 to 20 syringes or a filler. While the results begin instantly, the full effects won't be seen and felt for about 2 weeks, and intercourse is discouraged for 48 hours after the surgery. Hyaluronic acid also has a special bonding between the molecules that can make the treatment last up to 2 years, according to Schaefer, because he's God, who claimed he went from seeing around 4 patients a month in 2016 to 20 this week alone. Swag is minimally invasive, taking only around 15 to 20 minutes to fill up 2 injection sites, and only requiring topical anesthetics such as lidocaine, the same local painkiller used for mosquito bites. Love how they're trying to sell you this, guys. Most appealingly, the phallus fluffing technique is completely reversible. I want proof. I want proof, please. If the patient didn't like it or wanted to modify the result or had any other issues, there's a special enzyme we have called hyaluronidase, I guess, which we can inject to dissolve it, according to Jeffrey. I'm like, this is just getting uglier and uglier by the second. You guys feel free to look up that article here on the New York Post. And then there was another article. There was tons of them, but there's just another one. And I'm going to wrap it with this one and see what you guys have to say. If I get any super chats before I head out, give you guys a break until our next live, which I haven't planned yet. What's my next live reaction going to be? But for the members, you'll be the first one to know. Penis filler is way more common than you would expect. Would you pay $15,000 for a bigger penis? I just can't believe with everybody being in so much debt that people can afford this. That just means they're getting in more debt because most people are in debt. No matter how much money you make, they live above their means. But let me take $15,000 to enlarge my penis, and that's really going to make my love life better. Not true. Long before Ariana Grande injected big dick energy into mainstream vernacular, the most desirable members, the pinnacle of penises, if you will, have usually been described as long, girthy, and maybe even a bit veiny. But not every person with a penis has one, with a length and circumference that could rival an extra large bratwurst. In fact, a 2014 study published in the British Journal of Urology International, because all studies are accurate, FYI, just keep that in mind, reports that the average erect penis size is 5.16 inches in length and 4.59 inches in width. Yet, the endeavor for an above average dick size seems to be never ending. Penis fillers are not only on the rise, but multiple cosmetic surgeons say it's their most popular procedure. Again, you can look up this article. I'm going to pause it right there. We can continue in another episode. Definitely, we can continue this on Locals for members. Join me. Don't be shy. And we are free over there for sure. And if you see anything happens to me here, look for me there. Also, you can sign up to my newsletter, go to my website, and that way, you never know. The more options, the better. Yeah. I don't know how many are open enough to talk about this live. If we want to take some calls, or I'll give you this, food for thought. Think about it, and we can reconvene and take it where we left off and have some real life callers about the situation. And again, you can change your name, or you don't have to even show your face. We can just use audio, like, radio calling, phone calling. But I guarantee you that whatever your problem is, you don't need enlargement. You don't need anything. Nobody should touch your perfect phallus. Trust me on this one. Like, if I had one of your things, men, if I had a penis, I've always considered that a man's genitals is a throne to me. It's like the queen on the throne. And that's what we need to do. We need to have more conversations with women, young ladies, all the above, to get with the program. I don't want to say too much on the boob tube, but I have definitely given classes on this, group sessions. And, women giggled, they laughed, They had no clue. They were like, how the hell did you know how to do this? I'm like, well, I mean, and these were women that had children, had sons. Some were married with kids, some weren't. You know, I've worked with both of them, and it's just, no matter how much they read, porn is the wrong direction. It will never show you how to be the greatest with whatever it is that you have. But the number one thing I'm going to walk away with tell you this. You better respect and love what you have in between your legs, men and women. It's not about getting pregnant. It's not a power trip. It's not about using what's between your legs, ladies, to be empowered, to get the man to feel loved or accepted. All of that is wrong. If you're reading Cosmo or any of these stupid ass articles, drop it. Drop it. Again, you can reach out to me on Locals. If you really want to pick my brain, you're definitely going to get my answer there first. And before I head out, I know, it's a lot. But I figure let's get the conversation started in my To Be a Man series, and it's to be continued, no doubt. This is not a one and done. Victor, great to see you. Hey, Neil Johnson. Ooh. Okay, I thought I saw that name. Maybe not, but everyone, Victor, Rocco, so great to have you guys here. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that live. And like I said, if you haven't commented, I don't see any super chats. So I'm going to peace out for now. But of course, leave your comments below. If you really want to share something for me, for anyone that's reading, please do. And let's keep this going. Let's empower men for real. Forget about these egomaniacs that are literally, oh God. Let me just, they are not men. That's me putting it nicely. And until next time, much love. Well, you know, please support this channel, support my work, keep me coming back. There's so many ways of doing it. Like, hey guys, check out my merch store. There's all kinds of designs, hats, mugs, t-shirts. Your support is what sponsors this channel. Become a member on Locals. That is where it really is happening. That's where you're going to see all of me the way you're never going to see on other platforms. Plus, if anything happens to me, I'll be there. Either way, I think it's really super easy and user-friendly to use. It's like a coffee a month. So become a member on Locals for sure. Become part of this awesome community of real, raw, honest people. Or at least people that love honesty, real authenticity in a world of so much fake. Much love, many blessings, and I'll talk to you soon.